Guys, I've been sleeping on Cortis. I've been absolutely sleeping. Look at this, bro. Okay. I've been sleeping on them. Ooh. Brother. I've been sleeping on the. Okay, I've said the same thing 3 times. Look at this video, though. I mean, first of all, the hip hop is hard. The young vibe is so cool. It looks like Alaska or the North Pole. You know, maybe it's Christmas time. I don't know. We have some cool VFX. Lens distortion effect. Usually I talk about it going this way, opposite way, turns into a ball that our boy just punches. Like it turns into freaking Mustafar from Star Wars. And dude, this is the theme throughout this entire video. It's gonna happen over and over. It's the really cool trick. There's a bunch of really cool editing tricks. And by the way, if you haven't met, I'm Jordan. I'm a professional video editor for Justin Bieber, Mr. Beast, Nike, Google. So I love editing. It's fun. So let's talk about the editing in this video. Basically what we have going is static shots. And I love static shots because they're very different from what you normally see in music videos. Usually there's just crazy camera moving all around. And this time we were like, you know what, let's not do that. And let's just keep the camera still. And it allows for some really cool VFX. So we're basically gonna shoot a ton of different takes, all on a static shot, and then composite them all together with rotoscoping. And that's how we have different timings, all kinds of different stuff happening. So he punches it and he's just doing his performance shot. He's rotoscoped out, meaning he's literally cut out as if, you know, cutting out construction paper in kindergarten. And then we speed ramp this car coming and drifting in front of the screen. Shout out to the stunt drivers. So it's sped up and then slow motion. But our boy in the foreground continues in normal motion, and our brains are like, wait a second, that's impossible. You can't do that. But you can with movie magic. Same here. We did 3 different takes, one dancing in the back, one guy in the foreground, another guy in the foreground jumping. These 2 guys are cut out, and this is the actual normal shot in the background. And sometimes you even want to shoot what's called a plate, which is basically just the background and nobody in it. And that's called a plate in the VFX editing world. I actually don't know why, but it's just a blank background. Okay, that effect is really cool. I don't know actually what this is. Probably something with VFX, but he looks all warbly and like particle-y. There's another really cool instance of this later on, but again, they use this effect throughout the whole music video. I see tons of music video editors making this mistake, where they will just throw in random effects that don't make any sense, instead of picking stuff that they can repeat over and over again and create a style. And that's one of the effects that they choose. Oops. Oh no, there's me. Okay, you didn't see that. Now this is legit so cool. And this is, again, another theme. We have these weird like geometric shapes in the background. Like, I don't know what's going on with these guys. Alien invasion, I don't know. Kind of reminds me of the movie Arrival. I don't know if you've seen that. But this is a zoetrope right here. So a zoetrope is where you basically have a bunch of images and you can look through this little peephole, and the famous one is a horse running. And basically you just spin this wheel and it's a bunch of different frames of the horse running in different positions. And then when you spin it, it looks like the horse is in motion and it's running. It's like the classic film school example. And they do this, but in like a cool sci-fi way, where we start showing just different, you know, frames of them running. And then, wait a second, it's this floating like metal thing. And it's a new shot. And then we twist it like a ring and it's another shot. Brother. So cool. So freaking sick. Okay, now this is something you can do, honestly, right now with the Premiere Pro new beta. They have this object selection mask tool. You can do this with all kinds of other softwares as well. But you can basically select a like some part of the scene from the next shot and then overlay it onto the previous shot. So right here, they did that where they took this little block of the, right here, this block of the scene, and then they used that same particle effect as before and just particled it into the previous shot, and then it sort of blends the two shots together. And that's gonna happen again later on in the video too. It's a very cool effect. I am so glad you guys can't see my posture right now because I'm sitting on a stool, and sometimes I edit on this stool and it's actually taking a toll. Like, I think I have crazy knots in my back. It's not good. So I just got a new chair. It's the FlexiSpot C7M, and here's why I went with it. You can adjust literally everything. The headrest, the entire backrest, and I am like 95% torso, so I gotta move this thing up to the stratosphere. I have an interesting body style for sure. There's a 5D armrest, and probably the biggest thing is the lumbar support. You can also customize the seat depth, which includes a 2-inch memory foam cushion that is the most comfortable thing I have ever sat my behind on. You can also recline all the way back, and it includes a footrest, so if you want to be taking a nap in your office chair, that's available. And if you're like, I don't know, Jordan, just buy it, and there's a 30-day period where you can return it for free if you don't like it. And if you really like it and you don't want to have to replace your chair, there's a 10-year warranty. And if your budget is a little bit tight, check out the C5 chair, which has some amazing build quality and basic functions for adjustment. And FlexiSpot just recently launched the C7 Morpher, which has an insane upgrade to the lumbar support and upper backrest, so check that one out as well. And Black Friday is on at FlexiSpot. You can get up to 60% off site-wide and get an extra $30 off the C7 Max with code C730. Now is the absolute best time to grab your chair. I love this edit, okay? Bro throws his arm at the camera like he's punching, and then it motivates the next guy to particle effect into the next shot, kind of in the same part of the frame. So he's punching. Oh, wait, missed it. So he's punching right here on the right side of the frame. He's on the right side. And then the arm motion motivates him motioning into the right side with this really cool particle effect. VFX car flies in front. And now we have two different shots cut together, one in slow motion, one in normal speed. No rotoscoping needed here. This one's super easy. Anybody can do that. All right, I don't know what's happening here, but we have this cool like window frame thing of like the particle effect, but he's just black and white, just like profile rapping with his hands. I don't know what I was doing there, but it's kind of sick, dude. Oh, the blocking. Oh, the... This is so dirty. It's so good. Oh, man. Okay. So the blocking here is so great because we cut into the shot. So we introduce a new scene. There's only one person in this shot. So our brains are like, okay, there's only one person in the scene. We cut to another shot. Still only one person in the scene to our brains. You can kind of see another person there. Oh, no, you can't actually. That's just his jacket. Then, plot twist, 3 other guys appear. Oh my goodness, our brains are like, frick, okay, that was cool. Very cool. And then watch this. Oh, the speed ramp. And I think they actually kind of freeze. So they are doing their dance freeze. But you can even slow it down. So it's normal speed, slow motion, normal speed, speed ramp it a little bit. And then this wide shot is ridiculous, bro. What the heck? How did they have no tracks? They just are sprinting. These are the only tracks in 1,000 miles in the middle of Alaska or wherever they are. The reason I keep saying Alaska is I actually edited a music video that looks exactly like this location, and it was Alaska. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, this is uncut, so you're getting everything, even my sneezes. So, yeah. So either there's 2 things that they could have done. Either this was like the very first thing that they shot, and a helicopter literally dropped them off right here, and they're the first tracks, or maybe they just VFX removed all the other tracks. Either way, it's still pretty cool. Vintage Jesus? What? Okay, so I am a follower of Jesus, and so anytime I hear Vintage Jesus, that's number one, it piques my ears. The other thing I have to show you, I'm friends with the guy that owns this brand, Vintage Jesus Tees. And so he actually DM'd me on Instagram and he was like, bro, have you seen this Cortis music video? They like mentioned our brand almost. And I don't think they like really 100% mentioned his brand, but maybe they did. I don't really know. It might just be like a thrifting meme because the whole thing's about fashion. You know, I don't really know, but that's hilarious that Vintage Jesus mentioned. If you really want cool vintage cheese, check out my friend's store. This is not sponsored. He's just my friend. So it's funny. Okay, we had that little Zoe trope metal thing just kind of floating in the background, you know, because let's make the shot cool, you know, add something. That's probably the biggest thing I'm learning about this video is every single shot, probably not every, maybe 75% of the shots, they're like, okay, what can we do with VFX to make this shot interesting? So it's not just a normal, regular shot. Okay, I was recently on set and I was learning a lot about cinematography, so I'll give you a quick cinematography tip. Here's probably one of the best ones. You basically show a practical light, and a practical light is a light that you can see in the scene. So you have this, Franklin's going nuts. You have this car headlights right here, and then you use an actual light on set to motivate and to kind of simulate that light. So if you look at the angle here, I don't really think that this light is powerful enough to create this shadow, this car light. And so they actually probably stuck a light behind the car and shown it up at him and then created this crazy cool shadow on this blank wall. But it makes us think that the car lights are doing that, but that's not true. It's pretty cool. VFX paper flying. Oh my, that is so cool. So it's the same trope. It's the same thing. It's just normal motion in the foreground, crazy nuts slow-mo in the background. And I love the car driving right here to create anticipation before the chorus. We get a nice VFX mud transition right here. See that? Oh, that's cool. And then the car flies by. Oh, that's freaking sick. Oh, I love it. Very foreground, background heavy. FaSHioN. And it's, what the frick was this shot, dude? Okay, nobody has ever thought like, you know what? I have a great idea. Let's just shoot from behind the K-pop band and put them out of focus. But you get this shot doing that and it's freaking baller. Oh my goodness. And they're controlling the weather with every FaSHioN. And on the FaSHioN, it actually speed ramps. So it's fast and then slow. Fast, slow, fast, slow, FaSHioN. Oh, dude, that's freaking sick. Watch the weather. What the heck? What is going on? There's a bird in a square. What? Like, dude, this is freaking nuts. So high art. So good. All right, that's what I was talking about. That's the coolest particle effect. I've seen this in a few other videos. I can't remember exactly which ones they were. Sorry, I'm looking at my shirt because I think there's a little bit of snot on it from when I sneezed, and now I'm self-conscious. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, look at this freaking... Anyway, there's snot on my shirt. Anyway, look at this, dude. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think what you do is you basically just take a still. This is probably the still. And then you... It's kind of like a form of a data mosh, but it's like a digital version of it. Where it's not an actual data mosh where you're like actually destroying the footage. It's more just like a 3D element VFX thing. I'm not a VFX artist, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But you take that, you break it apart and then reverse it. So then when you play it normal, it goes it goes from broken apart to together. And then right on the snare, it comes back together. Ooh! Okay, so that shot was just normal. They didn't have any cool like retiming. This is just the normal shot. It's just the blocking was 4 people in the back, 1 in the front. This shot's pretty nuts. So you set up the scene, and then you cut to the wide, and what are they saying here? I don't even know what they're saying, but there's a bunch of guys shouting, so the artist and the director were like, okay, you know what, let's just add a bunch of guys. Let's take this dude, duplicate him a bunch of times. They might have honestly just stayed on this shot, kept it static, and said, okay, go stand in a bunch of parts around the scene right over here in a line as if you're a crowd, and then we'll just duplicate you in post. That's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. Not too hard. Oof. And then we go back to it right here, where again, you know, he's just standing here, and they just duplicated him again. He's like, go stand here, and then there's duplicates of you everywhere. As long as you have a static camera, it's very easy to do this. Wait a second, what are the lyrics saying here? They're saying, full from the graves of clothes were revived. Vintage Jesus came alive. Dang, bro, vintage Jesus mentioned again. This is freaking sick. All right, number 1, bro, like crazy that it's mentioned twice. It's a kind of funny double entendre because you got vintage Jesus, like old clothes from the grave becoming alive, you know, right? That's kind of what they're talking about in the song. But also, he's literally preaching the gospel. Which, guys, if you haven't heard the gospel, it's going to freaking change your life. So I'll give you a quick rundown. I know this is not what this channel is about, but that's okay. Jesus has changed my life so freaking much. I want you to have it so bad. So the gospel, here's the double entendre, essentially. Jesus paid for our sins by living a perfect life. We've all been terrible. We've hurt people. We've lied. We've cheated. We've lusted. We've done bad things. Jesus lived a perfect life and then took the punishment for our sins by dying on the cross. He went in the grave, rose again after 3 days, conquering sin and death, and gave us new life. Basically, you know, going and taking the punishment so we didn't have to, and paying the debt that we owed to God. So that's funny because Jesus came alive after the 3rd day. He died, rose again. That's why you celebrate Easter. You know, Christmas is coming up. Baby Jesus' birthday. Not actually, I don't know when he was actually born, but that's when we've decided to celebrate. But if you guys want to learn more about Jesus and the gospel and how he can change your life, email me below. I'm putting my email in the description. We'll chat about it. Dude, this zoetrope like flying thing is so sick. Okay, again, there's that, you know, showing the next shot in the previous shot with VFX as the wall just materializes. Their dancing is so good. I love this. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the lyrics because that's annoying. Whew. This is so swagalicious. Ooh. They're just like punching floating objects in the backgrounds of these shots. I don't know what that means, but I'm here for it and I love it. Like seriously, how this has got to be VFX. There's no way this is the only place where their footprints are. They had to have VFX'd out the footprints. That's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what they did. Oh, the zoetrope transition again. Oh, dude. Okay. Dance therapy time. Ooh. Dude, this freaking video is so good. All right, well, I don't know what else to say other than if you want to learn to become a pro editor, you can DM me ready on Instagram, or you can watch this video below for free. And I'd love to work with you. I do one-on-one coaching. that's pretty much it. God bless you guys. Peace.